Good morning. So, this will be the second part of the three-part series that I have promised to all of you about ChatGPT, right? About unleashing its power. So, in the first video, what we did is we learned through the basics and try to understand all what help it can provide in terms of, for example, email writing and data collection, etc., etc. Now we will move one step ahead into this video where we will learn how ChatGPT can help you with your coding or your development activities. So for this video, what I'll do is I'll teach you how ChatGPT can help you do app integration. Okay, so let's not delay more and get started on this. As you might be knowing already that there are various APIs provided by Google and other organizations which help us do the development activities and use the services. Okay, so I have taken, so in, for example, I'll show you in Google. So here, if you go here, okay, so if you see how you can see the Google, all the Google related Google APIs are given here. Similarly, what we will do is we will work on a very simple API which is used to provide weather details. Okay, so for that I have chosen open weather. Okay, yeah, open weather here you have. Okay, so I'll open this. Okay, so this open weather API is provided, which you can use and integrate into your current code, and then it will help you provide the temperature of a certain city and the other conditions. Okay, so what we will do is we'll first so this is going to be divided into two parts of the understanding. One is the documentation understanding by the ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT actually helping us write a code for app integration. Okay, so if we go below, so how do we use this app is provided here. Okay, so this is a call that you will make to the API. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy this part. Okay, and I'll go here, and what I'll do here is right here. Okay, um, refer to the below syntax and its options and help me create a, API integration code when I ask. Okay, so that is what. So here is this, and then what we will do is what all these things mean here, right? So we will take this. Okay, copy this, and we will paste it here. Okay, so now you can see it's all here. It is written. Okay, and what we will do is there is one more option, this minute, hourly, etc., etc., and units, standard, metric, imperial. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll modify this request as units equal to u part, which will be the variable, for example. Okay, of course it can be different, but I'll just, for the sake of showing, I'll show you. So now you press enter, and here it goes. Okay, so now it learns, it shows all the what parameters are there, latitude, longitude, right? Then exclude units of measurement, right? It's showing everything. So now what we will do is we'll ask. Okay, let it first finish. It will just give a certain example and all those things. So if you see, it's already trying to create a code. Okay, and here it is saying, so API call parameters, latitude, longitude. Exclude is whatever you would like, units, languages. Okay, error handling. Okay, and then units, of course, language, and language can be Hindi, Marathi, English, whatever you want to choose. So this, and if you see it is already showing all the details and the documentation and how to use it. But rather what we will do is we'll give it something specific to do. So let's say, can you explain how to use the open weather weather slash weather end point to mm, to get the current temperature for a city like uh, Pune in Celsius. Okay, so that's a question. Let's see. There, there you go. Okay, so now if you see, it is writing the code. Okay, we'll go through it for you to better understand. Okay, the default error. Okay, so now you see what it has done is, okay, it has taken a basic format of the weather API. So API openweather.org weather, and then there is this argument you can see, right? Q is equal to city name, units equal to unit, API ID is equal to API key. I'll explain this. What is this API key in a while? So Q city name. So for Pune, you have Q equal to Pune. That is what you need to write. For units, it could be Celsius. Okay, so it's metric, but you can have imperial, standard, etc. And app ID is your weather map API key. So because once you register, then you will get the API key, okay, on the open weather app. So now if you see, the request will look something like that. Here Q is equal to Pune arguments, and units equal to metric, and app ID is equal to year. Then it will write the code for you. Okay, so this is the Python code that is given. Okay, so it will give all those, it will send a get request. Okay, then it will take the data, and then it will return, and then it will show, current temperature in the city is so and so temperature. Okay, and then there is of course an error, in case something goes wrong. Okay, error fetching data or something. Now of course it has given you some explanation also, right? And then there is this JSON response that also it has provided. Now see this, it has shown how to use it. It already gave you a Python code. Now let's look at it. What we can do. So for example, the current temperature in Pune, that is what it is, because the city name is Pune. Okay, is the temperature in degree centigrade. Okay, so now what we'll do is, I'll say for example, last time I told you, right, we can modify the prompt. So how do I modify this request to get the temperature in Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit. Okay. Okay. There you go. So now you need to change the unit to imperial. So now this, and instead of metric, becomes imperial. So this is the documentation part. Okay, and this is the URL. So this is the URL, base URL. These are the parameters, that arguments that go along with it. So now here if you see, right, units is imperial. So if you see the same code, if you go up, right, here it's metric, right? So it's Celsius. And in the code below, if you see, it has changed it. It will be changed to imperial. That will give it. It will give you in here, if you see, in degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Now if you see, right, it's not that difficult, okay, to get a code. Okay, now suppose that we have our weather services, and we want to make sure that we want to send tweets every, say, 2 hours, 3 hours, on Twitter, to let the world know about the temperature about in Pune. Okay, so what we'll say is, can you provide me provide Python code to send a tweet um, about this weather data. Let's try this. Okay, so now you see there is a Tweepy library. Okay, so it has told you all the steps what to do. So first you will have to create a Twitter developer account. Then you will have to take create a Twitter app within the Twitter developer account. Okay, then once you what you do is, once you open a developer account, you can create a app. Okay, that app, basically it will give you some API key and a secret access token and access token secret. These four, they are unique in value. So what will happen is, now we will use this API key, secret access token within the Python code. And once we send that argument to Twitter, Twitter refers to this. It is like a username and password. So Twitter refers to this and understands, yeah, I need to send a tweet, and it automatically, that API sends a tweet about whatever you want to send. So this is very important. This you cannot share with anyone. Okay, it's your own. It's like a username and password. Okay, so for example here, right? So this is TWP, temperature, etc., etc. What I want you, these are fine. What I want you to see now is here, create Twitter API, consumer key, consumer secret, access token. Okay, and let me just close this other sidebar here, access token, etc., etc. Okay, now if you see here, replace, this is Twitter credentials, right? So whatever you had here, sorry, if you go up, whatever you have here, right, API key, API access token, access token secret. So that API key is nothing but your consumer key, API secret, key secret is consumer secret, access token, access token secret. So what you will do is, this is the code that will authenticate you with the Twitter. Okay, and then other things will be there. So now if you see, right here, tweet message, the current temperature is this, and then what you do is, you tell the Twitter tweet API that this is sorry, the consumer key secret, all everything, it will get authenticated. And then there is a function called send tweet via this API and the tweet message which we have put here together, and it will automatically send out a tweet. Okay, so the explanation is given here, right? Send tweet, create Twitter, and the tweet, what will be received on the Twitter, if you will see, it will be something like that. Again, it is centigrade, can be Fahrenheit, etc., etc., like that. Okay, so now what we will do is, lastly we'll try to combine everything, okay, into one tweet. So we'll say, can you combine both open weather, EATH here, weather and functions into one script to fetch the weather and automatically tweet it. There you go. Okay, so now you have to define get current temperature. So that has city name, API key, unit, which we will be using for weather map, and the parameters, response request, city, current, Celsius, if it is metrics, Fahrenheit, whatever you need, send tweet. Okay, so that will be basically, you have the consumer key, secret, etc., etc., that you will have to create the API object. Once you create the API object, get it authenticated. Okay, and then you have this API created. Now you have all the credentials added. Now we'll say that, fetch the weather. So that is basically weather, that is equal to get current temperature. Okay, so once that get current temperature goes, the current temperature is so and so, that will become a string into the tweet message. Then what we'll do is, we'll authenticate, we'll create the API, authenticate it, and then we will use the send tweet function. So that will say which API and what message, right? And now you can use this code and compile it, and it will run seamlessly. Okay, so that was for today. I wanted to make sure that we notch it up one level more, to help the developer how ChatGPT can help them with their API integrations into the into their Python environment, or whatever they are developing, right? If they are developing some, say, mobile application, then they can use this weather app, or maybe some Google API, to integrate into their main app. For example, Google Maps has API. You can use the Google Map API, and it will tell you how to integrate. It will help you with the code. That code you can use in your application, or mobile application that you're creating, Android, iPhone, and then you can have your own app which will show all the map details, etc. So I wanted to make sure that this video takes it one level up, and helps you understand from how developers and advanced users can benefit from this kind of artificial intelligence. So thank you for listening this. If you have any comments, you want any more details, please do put into the comment section, and I will reply as soon as possible. If you need any more detailed videos for the future, also do let tell me my best to do it. Lastly, there is one more as part of this series that will come, say, in a week, or a week half time, which will be advanced, more. It will notch it up one level more up than this, for very advanced user of how to use chat gpt on into their work environment. So thank you for being here.